Hello, my lovelies. Okay, this is a different setup than usual. It's actually an actual setup. I know, crazy. But today I am going to be doing my first ever crochet tutorial for you guys, where I'm going to be teaching you how to make this crochet star pillow and this crochet star bag. So my crochet star blanket YouTube short blew up. So I've decided that I would like to show you guys how to make similar items, because I've been asked in the comments of that video quite a lot, and so here we are. I want to make a bunch of tutorials, but I just haven't had the time to, so I finally have time. I'm gonna try now. So what you need is the yarn you're going to use. I'm going to be making a striped bag, and I'll show you guys how to do that, obviously. So these are the colors I'm using. I'm mostly just going to be using these two, but if this white goes out, then I'm going to use this one, which has like some little speckles in it, but that's okay. And then you also need your crochet hook that you want to use that corresponds to the yarn, some scissors, a place to put your yarn scraps, because we are not wasteful here. Preferably, but optional, a crochet compression glove. Any compression glove works. And then finally, if you're going to make the pillow, then you're going to need stuffing. I have a massive bag over here full of it. So I think that's everything. Also, please don't mind my hair. I just got out of the shower. But anyways, I think it's everything, so let's actually get into the video. Okay, so you're first going to start with your first yarn. It helps if you cake it because it comes out easier, but not everyone has a caking machine, so it's okay. So first you're going to make your slip knot. So what you want to do is pinch here, go over, across, pinch, get the short string, over, pinch up here, pull the back loop over and off, and then pull up. And then you should have your slip knot. I'm sure there's a million other tutorials that go by a lot slower that can help you. This tutorial is mostly just for the crochet star stuff. So then you're going to put in your hook here, and then you're going to tighten it just a little bit, but you also want to leave some room. So next, I'm going to pull out some yarn, and then you're going to do two chains. Let me call it by the right name. Okay. And then you're going to do 12 double crochets into this big loop down here. So that's one. This is two. Oh, and a double crochet is you wrap your yarn around your hook here, and then you put it in, and then you pull out, and then you go through two loops, and then you go through two loops. Again, I'm sure you can find other tutorials very easily. So, yeah. So that's 3. Then you just continue. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so then once you have your 12 stitches, you're going to take the end string, and you're going to pull it. And then I like to pull this, like the first stitch as well, down some, and then you pull it all the way closed. So you gotta tighten it, and then there's no more loop. So now you're gonna put this into this top stitch here, like that. And then you're gonna slip stitch it closed. So now it looks like this. Next, you're going, well, I like to tie a knot here. So we tie this bit. Let me do it over here so you can see. We tie a little knot to secure it. Okay. Now there's a knot. And now you're going to chain 3. And then you're going to double crochet into the same stitch. Double crochet, okay, and then you're going to chain 2, and then you do 3 more double crochets in the exact same stitch. Now it should look like this. So now you're going to slip stitch into the next chain. Okay, and then you do the exact same thing over again. So chain 3, 3 double crochets into the next loop, or into the next area. Then you have 3, chain 2, and then 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And then you do that again, and again, and again, until you have 5 points. So I'll be back once I have 5 points. Okay, so I'm on my last one now. So you see how I'm on my last one and I have all this space? So I already have my 3 double crochets, so I'm still going to chain 2, and then I'm going to go into the next one here, the next stitch, instead of going into the same one. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to slip stitch into, I'm going to skip this stitch and go into this stitch, and then we slip stitch, and then we can stitch into this one as well. But here is where I'm going to change colors. If you would also like to change colors, then you're going to pay attention. If you're not going to change colors, don't pay attention. So we got to get our purple yarn, or whatever color yarn you're using, and then you're going to, so you see how there's still the 2 stitches on here? You're going to put the purple yarn behind it like this, and then you're going to loop the purple yarn through the 2, and then you're going to chain 2 more, and then you're going to do a half double crochet or a double crochet, whichever one you want, depending on how big you want your star to be, into the next stitch, and then you've successfully changed your colors. So that's there. So I am going to cut this white yarn here. Okay, and then I'm going to tie the purple and the white yarn together. Can you see over here? Well, I don't know how much you can see, but and I'm going to tie this one together as well, just to make it more secure. Okay, lots of tying together. Yes, yes. Okay, and now we go back to crocheting. So what I'm doing now is we just do double crochets or half double crochets along the sides, and then once you get to the top, you do your 3 double crochets or half double crochets, whichever one you're doing, and then you chain 2. See, I just told y'all to cake your yarn, and then I didn't cake my yarn. That's why we're struggling. That's okay. Alright, pull out more yarn, chain 2 like you had, and then we're going to put 3 more double or half double crochets into the tip. And then you're going to go back down with double crochets or half double crochets along the side. Then, pay attention, you're going to skip this stitch down here, and you're going to go straight into this next one with a double or half double crochet. So you want to skip a stitch in every single corner to keep the corners. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So we're gonna go up, and then 3 double crochets. We're gonna throw this over here. Okay, 3 double crochets on the tip, chain 2, 3 more in the same stitch, 2, 3, okay, 1 in each stitch going down, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and skip. So we're going to skip this stitch down here and go straight into the next one, the next cluster. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And you're going to repeat that over and over and over again until you've gotten back to here. Okay? back at the start. You can start to see your little star forming. So here you can go ahead and make a pouch. Not yet, obviously, but if you want to only do this side, this size, then this is side 1. And then you just got to do the exact same thing over again, and then you're going to stitch them all together, and you can make it into a pouch. I'll make a separate video on that for you. Don't worry, I got you. But for now, you got this. So you're gonna slip stitch into your first stitch here, and then if you're not changing color, you just slip stitch and you keep going, doing the exact same thing. You double crochet or half double crochet into all of these, 3 double crochet, 2 chain, 3 double crochet all into the tip, and then 1 in each. Skip a stitch here so you can see the skip stitch there, and then you keep going around, same thing, just like that. But I am going to switch colors, so I am not going to do that yet. I'm going to do this, where we go here, you get both on the hook, and then you get your yarn and you put it in the back, and then you chain like this, and then you do this, and then you do that. Boop shaboop shaboop. Bam, bam. And I'm gonna tie these two together as well. So normally you would weave in your ends. I am lazy. I am going to cut all of these ends. That's why I tie them, so they don't fall apart. So far, none of my projects have fallen apart. They're all sturdy. I just tie a bunch of knots and then I cut the ends. So I personally, that's what I do. But if you want to weave in your ends, weave in them ends, girl. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna say for, let's see, how many rows is this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this one's 6 rows. And we already have 3. So we'll do 3 more, and then I'll catch up on you again. I just realized I haven't been wearing my glove this entire time. Let me put that on. But yeah, so just a reminder, this is my first ever tutorial I've ever made ever, so it's probably not gonna be the best. So if you guys have any suggestions on how I can make it better, please tell me in the comments, and I would love to hear it, because I do have a bunch of tutorials I want to make, but I just need to make them. So I got your star so far. I only made 1 row, so we gotta make 2 more, but I figured I'd yap for a little bit. I will be putting the like the written pattern that I've made in the comment section, so if you would like to read that instead of watch this, then please feel free to, although I did not get the pattern, the written pattern, tested by any pattern testers, because I totally just decided to make this video on a whim, and I haven't even written it down yet. I'm just going off of what I've done in the past, based off the top of my head. So, no promises that the written pattern will be perfect either, but I am trying my best. So as you can see, I just cut off all the tails because I was tired of them being there. So we're gonna continue this. Also, I don't think I gave a proper introduction to this video, but I am Adara's Accessories and Arbitraries, and you can call me Dara. I am 18 years old. I love to crochet. Oh, well, there went my face. I love to crochet, I love to shop. I'm obsessed with cute things, as you can probably tell from my background. I love Sanrio, I love Kirby, I love the Powerpuff Girls recently. I've been on a really big Powerpuff Girl kick. Love Studio Ghibli, it's my Totoro blanket. love getting things on a discount anytime I go shopping, because you girl is broke and I am not buying things full price. Yeah, I know tutorials don't normally have like a yap session in them, but I feel like because I'm just doing the same thing over and over again, as you saw earlier in the video, that it's a little boring, and so I wanted to, you know, have some form of engaging entertainment, I think. So, yeah. If you are confused at all by this, then please feel free to rewatch the portion of the video where I explained it, and if you still can't understand it, then you can comment, or you can message my Instagram with a photo or a video of your problem, and I can try to help you through DMs. I'll put my Instagram name somewhere on the screen, so you can message me if you would like more direct help. I really wasn't expecting my crochet blanket video that I made a year ago to explode, but it did. It didn't even I don't know, it wasn't that crazy when I first posted it, but more recently it's been like thousands and thousands of views every day, and I'm just like, whoa, that's crazy. So I figured, because so many people have asked for a tutorial on the blanket, that I make the bags and the pillows, because anytime I post about those also get requests for tutorials. So here's that. I do have another blanket in progress, but I didn't make a video on it, and it's literally just the same thing as what this is. You just keep going until it's blanket size. You just keep doing the exact same stitch over and over and over and over again, until it's as big as you want it, and then you have your blanket. So technically this could be a tutorial for that as well, but I don't know if that really counts. So yeah. I don't know what else to talk about, guys. My favorite shows right now are Moomin. I love Moomin Valley so much. I have a whole little bookshelf dedicated to all my stuff. That's Moomin Valley merch. Freaking love it. It's so cute. If you've ever seen Little Bear, I feel like it's very Little Bear-esque. Like Little Bear, Franklin, but with like a more magical touch, and not like darker, but yes, darker, because some of the themes can be a little dark. It is a kid's show, but it's a German kid's show, I think. But it's amazing. I love it. And then, like I said, recently I've been really into Powerpuff Girls. I don't know why. I did not grow up on Powerpuff Girls. Like, I grew up in the age of Powerpuff Girls, but I wasn't allowed to watch it because it was on Cartoon Network, and I wasn't allowed to watch Cartoon Network growing up. Unless they were playing Scooby-Doo. Then I was allowed to watch it. But recently I've been watching it on YouTube, and I started collecting some stuff. So I have 2 Powerpuff Girls shirts. I have some Powerpuff Girls fuzzy socks. I have the plushies. I don't think you can see, but this is Buttercup and Blossom, and Bubbles is over here. I have another Buttercup over there. I have all of them in figures. I really want a Mojo Jojo figure, but he's expensive. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's enough yapping for now. So we're almost done with this row, so then we just got one more, and then I'll show you guys how to do the next one. Okay, now that we have 6 rows, I'm going to slip stitch these 2 together like I have with every other one. Slip stitch it, then you chain 1, and I'm going to cut the yarn here. I'm gonna let that fall, and we're gonna pull this, and we're gonna tighten it by pulling it. And then I'm gonna knot it, and then I'm gonna knot it again, and then I'm cut it just above the knot, and we lay this down. Then we put this little strand of yarn in with the other little strands of yarn that we can use as stuffing later. So now you should have your first side of your star. So this is what mine looks like. It is a little like wrinkly, but that's okay. It'll be flattened out once you make it into your bag or your pillow, depending on whichever one you want. You can make it bigger or you can make it smaller, just depending on how many rows you do, which is completely up to you. It is the exact same thing over and over again. Just double crochets along the sides, skip the middle, 3, chain 2, 3, continue with the 1 in each. So, you know how we made this one? Great. We're gonna do the exact same thing to make a second one. So, please go back to the beginning of the video so you can remember how to make this all over again. And we're gonna make one more. Exact same size is what we want. If it's a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, that's okay. Doesn't matter. If it's a lot bit bigger or a lot bit smaller, got a problem. So, exact same size if you can. I'll be right back with my second one done. Alrighty, I have finished both crochet stars. So what we're gonna do is you keep this one attached this time. And now you see how this side has all these like yarn like bumps from where we tied it off. We're gonna match this one that also has the bumps. We're gonna put the two non-bumpy sides together like this. And this is for the pillow, by the way. So now we're going to slip stitch both of them together, or you can single crochet. Just gonna go into both pieces, both sides, and then you can either single crochet or slip stitch, both work, all the way across, except you're going to leave, because we started here, we're going to leave this section open. So all of this is going to be sewn closed. This one little line right here is going to stay open, okay? Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, now that all the sides are stitched together except for this one gap, we're gonna pull the yarn like this, and then we're gonna flip the entire thing inside out. We're gonna just squish it out, and then you gotta push out all your triangles, or all the points of the star. And push them out. Okay. Now, we got this. So now, we're going to grab our stuffing, and we're going to fill up the pillow to make it a pillow, obviously. You can add a lining in it if you would like. If you're going to use it as like a proper pillow and not just like a decorative pillow, then I would suggest adding a lining. I personally don't add linings to mine because I just use mine as decor. Like, mine aren't even in my bed. They're just like over on my thingamabob. I forgot what it's called. It's like a cart thing. As decoration to make it cuter. So that's why I don't line mine. But yeah. So you just gotta stuff it. I suggest stuffing it more than you think you should, but don't stuff it so much that it like comes out of the gaps, because as you know, there are little gaps here. So yeah, because we don't want it to deflate over time, especially if you're going to be using it as like an actual pillow. Then stuff it a lot, because it will be like deflated over time because the stuffing will compress. So you gotta stuff it a lot, so when it does compress, it's not flat. once it's stuffed to as much as you want it to, you put your crochet hook back in your loop that you put out earlier. And then you pull it here, and then you slip stitch this closed. As you go, you can add more stuffing to the point, because you see this is flat compared to this. Yeah, so you can add more stuffing. Once you get to the end, you slip stitch one more time, right through there, and then you chain one, and then you cut it, and you tie a knot, or you can weave in your ends depending on what you want to do. So I'm not going to do that because I'm going to turn this into a bag next, but that is how you get your crochet star pillow. Yee! Okay, my yarn is not working and it won't go out past this, but we're gonna pretend that this whole section is open. So you're gonna wanna do exactly what we did for the pillow in stitching everything and flipping it inside out, except you wanna leave like a full side open instead of just one little side. So we want this full side completely open, and then once we get to this little corner here, you're gonna get your yarn. I'm gonna retie this real quick. Okay, and you're gonna get your hook, and you're going to chain 45 stitches. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, okay, so this is 45 chains, and you're going to slip stitch it into this corner, so the opposite corner of where you started. You're just gonna slip stitch it into there, and again, yours will be open, mine is not because my yarn is being annoying, but that's okay. And then you can add more stitches or you can take away stitches depending on how long you want the strap to be. And now you're going to slip stitch back into every single one of these chains, and then you're going to slip stitch into the base over here as well. So we're going to do that now. Okay, now that I've slip stitched back into here, I'm going to chain one, and then you can go back and forth as many times as you want. The more you do, the more sturdy your hand will be. I'm going to turn this back into a pillow because of this one side not being open, so I'm not going to do any more than this. But then you would cut your yarn, pull it out like this, tie your knot, or put in your weave in your ends, and then there is your bag. So that is how to crochet a star bag and a star pillow. I hope that you found this tutorial at least somewhat helpful. I will be making a tutorial on how to make a crochet star pouch and a crochet star top as well. And then if you guys really want me to, I can make a tutorial on how to make the crochet star blanket. And then after that, I think I'll be done with star related things. maybe, because I could also make a star garland. I don't know, there's a bunch of star things that I've made that I can make tutorials for, if you guys want. But I think that's all for now, so I hope you all have an amazingly fabulous day / night / afternoon / whenever you're watching this. I hope you eat a snack, drink some water, stay safe, stay hydrated. Remember that I love you. Mwah!